want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham Ha Rakah Kwadash. Double honors unto our apostle elders, which rule great millstone while in Shalom, to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. May you endure unto the end. Shalom wa abab babal. So this Ezekiel 31, and it puts in the subtitle, Pharaoh warned of Assyria's fate. All right. And the Assyrians were the ones that were going to bring the Israelites into slavery after the Egyptians fell, right? You had the Israelites in Egypt. They pursued the Israelites in the Red Sea and got crushed. The Israelites went into the land of Canaan, right? And then they sinned in that land, and the Lord sent the Assyrian first for the northern kingdom and then the southern kingdom, all right, after the death of King Solomon, okay, because while we had a king, King David, all right, there was so many years of peace, and then we had that peace under King Solomon, his son Yahweh Shai. Really, that's who it was Yahweh Shai in one of his lifetimes. Now, in the prophecy of Ezekiel 31, but she's speaking to a Pharaoh, all right, and I asked which Pharaoh it was. I Googled who is the Pharaoh in 31, in Ezekiel 31. The Pharaoh mentioned in Ezekiel 31, Pharaoh Hophra, the ruling king of Egypt during the time of the prophet's vision, which was 1 year after Nebuchadnezzar besieged Jerusalem. The prophecy served as a warning to Hophra and the people of Egypt, using the metaphor of a great cedar tree to show the impending judgment for their pride and reliance on their own strength, mirroring the fall of Assyria. All right. So when you look up who this Pharaoh was, which I already had it saved up. It's right here. I kept having a lot of trouble trying to open this page on my other phone. It kept closing out on me. It kept, every time I'd open it, I'd had to do it like 5 times. So I couldn't even look at the pictures because I wanted to see the faces in my other one, so I would switch phones. And on this phone, I was able to, use it now. But now it says Apries. Make sure I'm saying that word right. Apries is the name by which Herodotus and Diodorus designate Wahibri and Ha'ayabri, a pharaoh of Egypt, the 4th king of the 26th. But the point is this here, this name here, this is the name that what it said. It said the name. Okay, copy. So let's go ahead and put this name in. See, and it shows you Esau. So this Pharaoh was an Edomite. All right. He was an Edomite because the Edomites were pharaohs after they conquered Egypt. All right. You had Edomites that were pharaohs. See, Herodotus was a Greek historian, so that shows you that name being Greek, but then it's attached to an Egyptian pharaoh. Okay, so in Ezekiel 31, Ezekiel is actually prophesying against Esau, though he's prophesying against the Pharaoh, king of Egypt. Now, I'm going to just jump to the point at the bottom here. It says, all right, Salakia. Like I said, I've been having this video has been getting a lot of pushback. I've been, having to do this video now again because my recorder just stopped on its own and paused and then stopped. So I'm going to read this verse again. Ezekiel 31, once again, Ezekiel is prophesying against Pharaoh of Egypt, which is an Edomite. All right. It says, to whom art thou thus like in glory and in greatness among the trees of Eden? Yet shall thou be brought down with the trees of Eden, which the trees represent nations, unto the nether parts of the earth. Thou shalt lie in the midst of the uncircumcised with them that be slain by the sword. This is Pharaoh and all his multitudes, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai. Now I'm going to read that in the NLT version. All right. It says, O Egypt, to which of the trees of Eden will you compare your strength and glory? You too will be brought down, right? Which Nebuchadnezzar's kingdom, the Assyrian Babylonians, it was a great kingdom. Remember, he was the golden head in the dream that he had, the vision that he was the greatest kingdom, right? And this kingdom now, or even this Edomite when he was in Ezekiel 31, the Pharaoh, I believe it was, what was his name? Let me see. Right, so it's Pharaoh Hafra, Herodotus. Herodotus. All right, which I had to save it because, like I said, I was going through a lot of technical difficulties trying to even look up that Pharaoh. All right, it says, you too will be brought down to the depths with all these other nations. You will lie there among the outcasts who have died by the sword. This will be the fate of Pharaoh and all his hordes. I, the sovereign Yahweh, has spoken it. And the Lord's going to fulfill it. He's done it to the past, and he's going to do it in the future, that he's going to fulfill his word. We have a sure word of prophecy. All right. And at the same time, as Ezekiel prophesying in that time, of that modern time, he's also putting out a prophecy of the future. Okay. It says, let me cross-reference. Let's see, we're going to go down to, thou shalt lie in the midst of the uncircumcised with them that be slain by the sword. All right. Now, Ezekiel 32:10, yea, I will make many people amazed at thee, and their kings shall be horribly afraid for thee, when I shall brandish my sword before them, and they shall tremble at every moment, every man for his own life in the day of thy fall, which is happening right now. As this kingdom falls, America, you can see everybody's panicking, like looking out for their own lives, but they're in such gross darkness today under the Edomite. under the uncircumcised Edomite, you know, they don't even really care for themselves because, as you can see, they're not even standing up for themselves today. It says, see, it's talking about these other nations too. Ezekiel 32, verse 30. Ezekiel 32, verse 24. There is Elam, which are the Persians, the East Indians, and all her multitude round about her grave, all of them slain, fallen by the sword, which are gone down uncircumcised into the nether parts of the earth, which caused their terror in the land of the living, yet have they borne their shame with them that go down to the pit. See? Ezekiel 32, verse 26. There is Meshech, Tubal, and all her multitude. Her graves are round about him, all of them uncircumcised, slain by the sword, though they caused their terror in the land of the living. Verse 27. Verse 27. And they shall not lie with the mighty that are fallen of the uncircumcised, which are gone down to hell into the grave with their weapons of war. And they have laid their swords under their heads, but their iniquities shall be upon their bones, though they were the terror of the mighty in the land of the living. All right. It says, yea, verse 28, yea, thou shalt be broken in the midst of the uncircumcised, and shall lie with them that are slain with the sword. Verse 29, there is Edom, which that Pharaoh is an Edomite, her kings and all her princes, which with her might are laid by them that are slain by the sword. They shall lie with the uncircumcised, and with them go down to the pit. All right, so it shows you right there. All right, and what they say in the Ecclesiasticus 1, verse 9, the thing that hath been it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun. See, so his kingdom, America, is gonna fall like lightning, and it's gonna fall because of nuclear destruction after they make the implantable microchip mandatory for buying and selling, and we're gonna overcome. It says in Malachi 3, verse 6, for I am Yahweh, I change not. Therefore, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. See, so we're going to overcome. We've always overcome. And these other nations, they're going to fall. That's all they've done throughout the history is fall. Shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. Wa ba ba ba.